rise up, Canes. We rose up huge on this massively long, insane road trip to get 10 out of 12 points, win 5 out of 6, and sweep Canada for the first time in Carolina Hurricanes hockey history. That's doing some hard cherry on top work. I'll start with the dominating performance against Seattle, 4-1. We had 16 power play shots. They had 19 shots total, but Decord kept them in it. He was phenomenal in net, but so was Frederik Andersen in timely saves, especially the power play has been amazing. And even when it's not scoring, it's creating dangerous chance after dangerous chance, creating some momentum. I would say that's what it did tonight against Vancouver. And Decord in Seattle was just a brick wall for the most part. But Svechnikov got him for a saucy pass power play goal to get the scoring started in Seattle. And then they just kept hanging around despite all the territorial offensive zone advantage, all the shots and high danger shots that Carolina was generating. It was still only 1-0, about 3:19 to go in the second period. And Jackson Blake, who is not playing like a rookie, absolutely laser backdoor, perfectly placed pass to Marty Necas, who is on a heater to start the year. Feeling really good, and like it looks like he's feeling really motivated with all the trade rumors and the contract stuff in the offseason. He is just dominating in the points and just creating a lot of chances. Jack Drury has been, it was to Jack Drury, Jackson Blake, Jack Drury, and a really good board battle won by Jesperi Kotkaniemi, I believe. He's been huge winning board battles and getting pucks free and creating breakaway chances and things of that nature. So sorry on the mistake there, but it was Jack Drury on that receiving end of the amazing pass to make it 2-0. And then Frederik Andersen made a huge one-on-one breakaway save against McCann to end the second period after a long power play for the Canes didn't go, and it would have changed the whole tenor of the intermission. Unfortunately, McCann got his revenge in the third period to make it 2-1, but then Seth Jarvis, with one eye, because he got high-sticked big time earlier in the game, 4-minute double minor, he got a breakaway against Decord, and you had to have a perfect shot or a perfect play to beat Decord that night, and Seth Jarvis did that on so many levels to make it 3-1. And then Dmitry Orlov, just the flipper from about 170 feet, went in for his first hardworking blast of a hit from, I believe, Jordan Stahl to create that chance. So absolutely awesome there. Just really dominant. And like I said, if it weren't for Decord, 7 or 8 goals easily. It was just really perfect. Power penalty kill, awesome again. I think we were 17 of 18 total on this trip. I know we only gave up 1 power play goal. I don't know how many chances. I didn't get a chance to look at that in total. But just absolutely phenomenal. The special teams has been special with the capital S. And then tonight against Vancouver, Pyotr Kochetkov, it's definitely a adventure. He struggled on the first and second goal he gave up, but William Carrier got his first one in a Carolina Hurricanes uniform, high cheese, to beat Lankinen to make it 1-0. And then JT Miller skirting around the net and Brock Besser in front. Everybody got back, but they couldn't match up on their man. And Kochetkov was just kind of not settled in, especially on that first goal. And then thankfully Rod Brennamore and staff saw offsides on the second goal. It was about 1:07 apart from the tying goal, but it was disallowed due to offsides. And Rod Brennamore even smartly used his timeout to get a little extra time for the video crew. Really good, because then Kochetkov was able to settle in, made some really, really timely and good saves. And then the Canes went to work. Marty Natchez got in on a one-on-one against Lankinen and beat him. Again, Marty Natchez, and he's just stacking up the points. It's phenomenal to see. I think he's the first one in double digits for the Canes to make it 2-1. And then Roslovic and Burns with the feathery, amazing pinpoint pass to Roslovic, empty net against Lankinen. And then Lankinen was Mr. Octopus in the net, robbing Jackson Blake, Svechnikov, Jarvis on a 2-on-1 against Aho at 3-1 and 3-2. Kochetkov did give up a bad goal to Quinn Hughes. Well, from Trip Tracy's perspective, the goalie, he said it was a bad goal because it was Kochetkov could clearly see it, but it was also 92.6 miles an hour according to the stat thing. So that's a hard stop, but I guess when you see it clearly, you want to be able to stop. And he didn't get his glove up in time. So 3-2, that one, and then you got Kochetkov got way too greedy, trying to come out and help Chatfield, who was able to get back. Obviously, the Canucks were flying the zone, and he was able to get the poke check once, even twice, but couldn't get it the third time, and they were able to net it. Suter, who was denied the goal, denied several times by Kochetkov tonight. Kochetkov's biggest save was probably after the Canes couldn't convert on a 5-on-3. A breakaway happened, and he was able to keep it out of the net to keep our 2-1 lead at that time. So he made some big saves, but the last two he gave up were very ugly in goalie standards, and I don't think he's been able to settle in. But we were able to get it to overtime with Vancouver pushing big time. And then Marty Natchez and Sebastian Aho just took over. And I think Marty Natchez is so comfortable in his game right now. Great puck possession after Stahl won the draw and pulled it out, and then was able to whiz in the offensive zone and just pull Vancouver defenders out of position. And Gostisbehere was able to get there to help the offense get started as well. And just Natchez was amazing, and Aho was able to tap in the back door after Lankinen made the initial save, but it was just a tap in for Aho. Mr. Overtime goal winner, and Natchez and Aho are the most dynamic duo in overtime to get 4-3 to get that extra point. Obviously, you would have been happy with a point and 9 of 12 points on the road, but this one would have stung a little bit, being up 3-1. But Lankinen went nuclear in the third period, and a lot of quality saves. And Kochetkov had them too, very much so. But he's definitely not settled into his game. And you see some young moments, like trying to come out that far with about 3:03 to go, up 1 goal. You don't need to do that. Just trust your defense, and then if something happens, then bounce back that way. Just don't try to do too much. And you see that from Kochetkov from time to time, but the boys picked him up, and he is, like I said, he had 28 minus 3 is 25 good saves. It's just a little choppy at times, but Kochetkov is still young, and with Anderson being a little banged up and being out for, I don't know if he's going to be out for any time, but they're going to slow play him probably because he had some nicks and stuff in Seattle, but it might help because we don't have a lot of back-to-backs after this long road trip. So it'll just be singular games. So maybe Kochetkov can settle in and get on a good roll. But this team is on one right now from every aspect. The video room, the goal scoring, the power play, the penalty kill, all of it. It's so much fun. 6-2, and doing the majority of it on the road. Just so much fun. And all the new pieces feel like they're fitting in like a glove, and the big names are doing big name things. So it's really fun to be a Carolina Hurricanes fan right now. Super exciting. As always, let's go Canes. Raise up the W's. Keep stacking them. Absolutely amazing. Woo! Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps out a lot. Thanks, guys.